And we're back here at the GSL CODAS, one of the biggest days here at the GSL ever. We're in the round of 16, but Group B has the 4 best players in the world, and that's what we're casting today.
Oh my God, we should have rented out a stadium, Tasteless.
No kidding.
This is like 5 GSL finals right in a row for you guys, but they're all best of 3s. And also, it's only the round of 16.
We're going to go on to a Terran versus Terran, the 2 best Terrans in the world, Innovation against Flash.
I don't know that anybody disagrees that these are the 2 best Terrans.
I mean,
If you disagree, raise your hand.
This is actually a fact.
Tasteless did not raise his hand.
I did not opt to disagree with myself.
Yes.
So, Innovation and Flash. If you guys are new to StarCraft in general, Flash, the best Brood War player of all time.
Yeah.
As a Terran. Innovation, the new best player of all time.
His StarCraft 2 play has been nothing short of innovative.
It's been bulletproof.
Yes, bulletproof as well.
Innovation's got this weird style where once he gets a certain amount ahead, he pulls all his SCVs and just sends the game. He just attacks them.
Yeah, he basically always knows what's enough to kill you. It's a beautiful thing to see. But in TBT, it should be a little bit different.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see it here.
Yeah. This is actually going to be really interesting because amongst Kespa Terrans, Mech is getting big in TBT. We're seeing it a lot in the Pro League and whatnot. Will we see it between these 2 today? I feel pretty confident that Flash is going to do it. But Innovation, well, I think he's probably going to too. But this is going to be really cool to see.
All right, we got Innovation right here.
Round of 8 advance rate, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's true,
Undefeated against Terran, by the way.
Yeah. He actually just kills people all the time. He's so good, guys. We thought he was going to win last season.
Yeah. We really thought he was going to win.
Yeah.
Out of all the people I've ever seen play, this is the most perfect play.
Yeah.
I've been casting RTSs for like 9 years or something, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh my God.
No,
this guy's so good. And then, of course, Flash, well, he's perfect too.
Yeah.
So this is just insane.
In a slightly different way, too. They don't play exactly the same. It's not like these are 2 cookie-cutter Terrans or something.
No carbon copy Terrans here.
Yeah. This is going to be absolutely wild, guys. I don't care if you're a Zerg player and you hate TBT. You're going to love this match. You're going to love it.
We're all going to learn a lot about how TBT is supposed to look when 2 people are playing perfectly.
And it could be brighter than the sun, so put on some sunglasses.
Yes.
And then if your mom comes downstairs in the middle of the night and you're wearing sunglasses watching StarCraft at like 4 a.m., that might be a problem, though. I'm sorry ahead of time.
That might be a little weird.
Until she looks and it's too beautiful.
And here is Flash. And this guy he was a prodigy in StarCraft 1. He's here at StarCraft 2. Absolutely terrifying to watch play. His control with his infantry is the best I have ever seen in my life. And he does not miss a beat with depots. He is always massing out units. It looks like some kind of supercomputer like Deep Blue or something is playing.
Mechanically
But Deep Blue isn't good enough to be good at StarCraft.
No,
but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Mechanically speaking,
Deep
he's
Blue
by
is
far
low
the best.
masters. Deep Blue is low masters.
Compared to Flash.
Yeah.
But seriously, like, think about Bomber and how good his macro is and how well he plays with his unit production. Nothing next to Flash. Flash is noticeably better at it.
Yeah.
And not only that, he's better at every other aspect of the game as well, except for dropping mules on his opponent. Bomber's the best at that. I'll give him that.
Bomber's also good at nuking himself when he's ahead.
That's true. He's very
Bomber's
good at
a little bit better at that. But in general,
Flash would just probably never do that. All right.
And it looks like the countdown has started. Remember, the winner goes on to face off against life. The loser goes on to fight against party.
That is both of those scenarios, Tasteless.
They're pretty
difficult.
Yeah. Remember, we have 4 players. Only 2 will move on to the round of 8 as we get closer and closer to crowning a champion here. Probably one of these guys in this group here at the finals of the GSL CODAS. Guys, get ready, get out there, spread the word that these games are going on. One of the best days, one of the best matches here in StarCraft 2 to date. In the upper right, we have the new best player. Unbelievable play, impeccable he is.
STXInnovation.
Duck's got nothing on that guy. He is impeccable.
In the bottom left, we have the greatest Brood War player of all time. He is
KTFlash.
Now, we have an SCV being sent out here early on from Innovation. There is the possibility of a proxy.
I would say the probability of 2 proxies.
And there is. And there is.
Wow, all right. He's taking the Leda route, Tasteless. He's going for double proxy racks against Flash. Now, if Flash went for something like, let's say, Command Center first,
this game would be over.
Yeah.
Auto win, yeah.
Flash, though, is getting 1 barracks.
Now, I want to point out, guys, people don't normally double racks proxy on maps that are not
it's a big map.
It's a big map, yeah. This is not a map to do it on, so this is some real meta stuff.
Yeah. This is double 11 racks, too. This is not some sort of midway rush. This is like all in.
I love it. Normally, when you see a player who's going to do a proxy like this, what they're doing is they're saying they'll do it after they showed their normal play. They'll say, I don't have any of your strats. Innovation, smart build order pick. He does it first. If that fails, fine. Then I'll show Flash what I have in store for him.
Exactly.
Instead of it's going to be surprise instead of desperation. Now the question is, where will Flash's SCV go? Will it go through the middle? If it goes through the middle,
we'll see in a second here.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! That's
is
huge. This is huge for Flash right now.
He only
He's
saw
got to start
one.
a bunker immediately.
He only saw one.
That's right, but he knows what's going on.
Yeah.
He's watching for this, and now he does know 2. He sees 2 here. So now Flash just has to, no matter what, hold here.
All right, he's going to go for this SCV over here. Really nice control. Gets the first SCV. The second one coming in over here. He's going to have to back up. I think he's held this.
I think you're just about right, Tasteless. This is not a good scenario for Innovation. That bunker's going to get up. No way to stop it at this point. And a command center immediately goes down for Flash.
No more Marines here
well,
now.
The one thing we could see is a bunker down the ramp, because to actually break the bunker would take Flash a little bit. You know, it'd be pretty annoying to do.
Looks like he's going to back up instead now.
Not a terrible choice either.
Now, Innovation's not infinitely behind, like I think a lot of people would guess, but he's definitely in bad shape.
Yeah, he's down right now by 3 SCVs. His command center is almost as quick as Flash's. Not quite. Flash is a little bit ahead on that, but, you know, that's something to be said. So, yeah, he's behind. Yeah, it hurts, but there's a possibility he can come back from this.
Yeah. All right.
Flash knows exactly what's going on.
And I like just you said here, this bunker, this is super smart.
Yeah, he's going to come down and target that SCV, and that's really
nice,
good.
nice. Completely denied that.
That's very smart, because if that gets up, it's pretty annoying to take out a bunker with 3-4 Marines in it.
Well, that's how Innovation can start catching up, you know?
Yeah, really stall out that expand, but instead Flash can take it right away. And right into a factory, bit quicker. Notice how everything's a bit quicker for Flash, and his supply is up a bit, and that's going to happen throughout this game until Innovation does something, like maybe kill some extra SCVs or gets a little bit more greedy, something like that.
Yeah. Really impressive stuff here. Now Flash is really in this position that if you're Flash, it's probably impossible to lose.
Yeah.
Because he has a slight lead, and this guy, I mean, the real beauty of Flash, guys, he doesn't make mistakes.
That's a good point, Tasteless.
He just doesn't make mistakes. So now the question is, well, how do you beat somebody who doesn't make mistakes and they're ahead of you? But Innovation is no pun intended, a very innovative player. He's really good at coming up with solutions. So we'll have to wait and see.
All right, so it looks like we're going to have a Hellbat drop coming up here.
Yeah.
As we see both players with pretty astounding APM.
Yep, that's actions per minute.
Yep.
If you're new to StarCraft 2.
But, you know what? A Hellbat drop is a pretty darn popular build, pretty strong as well. You know, he might start off with dropping some Widow Mines as well, because the fact that he has the lead economically means that if he's dropping those Widow Mines, then scans are going to have to be used. That's less mules for Innovation.
Sure.
He can get even further ahead in that way.
Sure, absolutely.
Well, right now, Flash, we're just kind of waiting. Notice he is also getting +1 attack. So it looks like we are going to actually end up seeing Bio against mech play. as mentioned before, Flash, of course, he's probably going to go mech every TVT you ever see from now on.
Now we have a little drop coming out here. This drop is going to go right to the mineral line. He wants to burn down as many SCVs as possible. Meanwhile, pushing forward with some Widow Mines over here at the front.
I like it.
Meanwhile, another drop here from Innovation. Now, the problem is when you get two guys dropping each other, usually neither player has enough to adequately defend the drop because most of their army is in the other guy's base.
Yeah. Notice siege tanks being produced by Innovation right away and being left near the mineral line. That's to deal with Hellbat drops specifically. It's a smart move. He knows what's very likely to be coming.
Look what he's doing with these Widow Mines here, Flash. This is really interesting.
Yeah, he's just kind of stalling out his opponent here. This is going to do a semi-contain on Innovation. Look at this.
Oh, he spots it. He spots it. Let's see if Flash doesn't have much inside of his base. Innovation's drop has commenced. This is the moment in time where Innovation can start to catch up.
But at the same time, we do have the Hellbat drop going down on Innovation siege tank. Can he actually kill it off? Dealing a lot of damage almost, and he gets it. But Flash loses both. Oh no, one is left alive. Never mind.
Innovation now dropping over here. Innovation's drop doing a considerable amount more damage.
Yeah, so far so good for Innovation. He's killed 9 against just 4 of Flash's
He's continuing
kills.
to kill more and more.
Uh-oh, Flash could be in some trouble
but
here.
But Innovation still has not taken out that the Hellbat there, and he picks it up.
Wow.
Meanwhile, another drop over here in this worker line. Will it be enough? The siege tank splash damage is going to hurt these SCVs as well, but instead he drops on top of the siege tank and decides to melt that instead.
Pretty good choice, I do have to say. Tasteless dealing a lot of damage, but the Viking does come up, so he will eventually clean this up. And another Hellbat drop, but on the drop of his opponent.
I really don't know who came out on top there. Okay,
well,
wow, look at this.
Innovation came out on top.
18 workers killed to 8.
That's right, but the SCV count right now, 40 for Innovation, 40 for Flash.
Wow.
That just goes to show you, man, he got those quick 3 command centers as he always does, and it's really paying off. He's not missing a beat with his SCV production.
Not. Now coming back over here, dropping. Smart move there to try to control that watchtower.
It has been crazy.
Stim is on the way. It's about 1/3 of the way through.
It has been fast and furious this whole game so far. We do have Flash continuing on his mech route. A lot of Hellbats, a lot of siege tanks in production. Whereas with Innovation, he's mixing in a lot of Marauders and some Marines in there as well. But Stim isn't quite done yet, so he can't get too much more aggressive here.
All right, he's parked this medevac, Flash has, outside of Innovation's base in the hopes that when Innovation leaves, the medevac can enter in and do some extra damage.
Yeah, and, you know, he's got it parked far enough away that it's not likely Vikings will find it.
No, it's just out of that range where you're probably going to send the Vikings out there.
Who knows these Vikings, though, being sent extra far.
These are going to be. This is going to intercept this drop. Talk about sick game sense here from Innovation. Innovation never failing to impress me. Oh my God, I can't believe how good he is.
Yeah, he knows exactly what Flash is up to. He thinks, what would I do? And then he goes and counters it.
Now, Flash, however, is still going to be able to do that. Will there be enough defense here?
That's right.
The Hellbats now being dropped out here. SCVs being evacuated immediately. 2 Marauders coming down, but the Hellbats can be picked up and sent to the main.
A lot of SCVs going down right there. That is absolutely huge. Now Flash has killed 20 as opposed to the 19 that Innovation has killed. But Innovation moving forward here. Stim is almost done. He's just trying to wait for Stim before he moves in.
More drops over here into the main now, hitting these SCVs. Innovation's economy now really hurting. It's actually 31 SCVs to what?
53.
53.
Yeah, absolute madness, Tasteless. The Flash has taken a big economical lead, but that means right now Innovation does have a bigger army. It's just, has Flash defended too well? Can Innovation do anything?
All right, he's trying to fight it in here. It looks like Flash is turtled up all too well. Turrets everywhere.
Well, Innovation's still poking and prodding around here, trying to find any place to do any sort of damage he can. He needs to try to catch up in some way, or Flash is just going to pull further and further ahead.
All right, it scans again. Every time that Flash sends units out to harass Innovation's main, that's less units that Flash has to defend with, but it looks like Flash's positioning here with his army is just too good. Another drop over here.
Wow, and that Hellbat coming in. Going to get quite a few SCV kills, it looks like. That's all he cares about. He doesn't care about the units. He just needs to hurt this economy. And again, any time with mech that you can trade minerals for SCVs, man, it is going to be a good deal against Bio.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Another drop in the natural. A lot of SCVs still going down. He's killed 42.
This is insane, man.
It certainly is. 29 to 53.
I think Innovation doesn't have any other options other than to maybe attack in, I don't see that actually working.
I don't either, but here he goes. He's going to stim and run in.
He's going for broke. He's pushing in.
The SCV's coming up. The Hellbat's taking a lot of damage. The SCVs are going to, as well as Siege line being created and Innovation being pushed back at half the supply of Flash.
I think that actually is going to be it. I mean, the SCV count here, it's, let's see.
It's GG.
Yep, it's GG.
It's GG o'clock as the SCV account, Tasteless. Oh my god.
Wow.
Great game, fantastic game by both players.
Flash looking so bulletproof.
Yeah.
You know, Innovation was making a lot of really good choices. He was catching those medevacs, but let's face it, the harassment by Flash was just too good.
Yeah.
Flash killed too many SCVs at the end. Innovation's economy was all dried up.
You know, this is a common trend right now in TVT. The Hellbat drops, they're very popular. And the Hellbat crushed the first few, right? He did very well, but they're always going to be coming because Hellbats are so cheap.
They're so beefy, too. They can take so much damage that the odds of you dealing, for instance, opposite of the Hellions, where you can drop with Hellions and the Hellions just immediately die.
Yeah.
The Hellbats are really,
and they get healed.
to use a MOBA term, they're very tanky.
Very tanky indeed. Yep. Even though there is the Siege tank in the game, but these actually tank better than the Siege tank.
They're tankier than the Siege tank.
That is more tanky than a tank. That's pretty tanky, Tasteless.
Indeed. Looks like Innovation's going to pick the map DF Atlas. Remember, if Innovation wins this, it's Flash's turn to pick the map.
That's right. Flash, though, can he be beaten in TVT? TVT has always been something else.
Let's keep this in mind, Artosis. Innovation went for the cheese game 1, and then segued into a very healthy normal game. Now, I would be very shocked if Innovation tries to cheese again.
That's such a good point.
Doubt that Flash is going to do that. So I think in this next game, we're going to see what Innovation really has to offer in a TVT.
I think you just nailed that one on the head, especially since it's his map choice. So we should be seeing some straight-up play here coming out of Innovation.
What does Innovation have in store? How is he going to execute it? What will Flash do to handle it? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. Well, you know, my gut is that Flash is going to stay on mech for the series. Unless he wants to mix in some sort of crazy cheese somewhere. I feel like he's going to stay on mech.
Who would have thought that, Artosis? A Brood War Terran in StarCraft 2 still going mech?
Who would have
thunk that? All right, it looks like our game is loading up. By the way, feel free to tweet at us who you think's going to win. I'm Call Me Tasteless.
And I'm Artosis.
All right, it's packed down here in Gangnam in our new studio, where we bring you the best esports action of all time to see which player will get that much closer to becoming the champion of the GSL Code S.